Messages in your inbox, operator.
Brothers, we are trying another form of content today. Let me know if you enjoy. My man's screaming. He's screaming again. Why? Warframe's new event isn't working. Here's the breakdown. Somebody who came from Destiny 2 that really appreciated Warframe in a different way. They don't release content the same way as Destiny does. The free stuff that we get from Warframe in the form of these events, I have been informed, or I have learned that 9 times out of 10 the events in Warframe end up going this way. You end up having a mission to do over and over again, and you farm a certain material for the frame for whatever is dropped with that event. If this is consistently how we get drops, like new content, be honest, I'd be pissed off too. And this is coming from somebody who was mad at Destiny. Now, if I'm looking back at Destiny right now, I had to compare them. Okay, I did a video back in the day talking about like Warframe v Destiny, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say honestly, the Destiny content in comparison to Warframe content is a lot better. The drop. You know, you gotta pay for them. I know that. I get that. There's a lot, like there's not much story behind this one as far as I can tell. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting some new story beats and stuff. I'm learning more about the story. I'm watching another person, forget what his name is, Desieged, something like that. We can react to him. Don't worry about it. We can react to him. You want to react? But he's breaking the lore down. So there's not much lore, bro. At the end of the day, there's just really not.
Let's start the show.
Now, Operation 8 Claw is Warframe's latest clan event. Of course, it is a mix of the man-in-the-wall narrative, right, with Nessie Rusalka, community progression, and of course, Deviri gameplay, but with a twist. We now use random Warframe loadouts and not your operator. But 2 weeks into the clan event, and something is clearly not clicking. The community goals aren't moving like they normally would in past events, so what's going on? Why isn't this event landing?
I'm tired, boss. I'm already gonna tell you what the video's about. People are upset that it's the same exact shit that they've been doing. They do not want to go back into Deviri because they didn't like the circuit in the first place. Random loadouts, and they don't like. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna throw another one in there. They do not like that it's clan based
the way that maybe it was intended. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Now in this video I want to take a calm, honest look at the event, not to complain but to try and understand, and we will go over the systems in place, the design decisions behind them, and where things might have gone a little bit off track. And of course we'll talk about how events like this could be improved in the future and how this one could still be redeemed. Now, at the center of Operation 8 Claw is the
fact that he just said that is a step up from commentators and creators in the D2 community. I'm not trying to compare them, but I am, obviously, because I know both. But like coming at it from a fix-it mindset rather than a complaining mindset is insane. Off rip. I'm gonna give you a buck.
Dominus Aureus tokens, the currency that you earn by completing Isleweaver missions, which is the new spiral, which you then spend in the event shop, which is Dominus Thrax in your Dormer zone. But the key part here is that only the tokens you actually spend count towards that community progress bar for that community Invictus Signa. Just running the missions don't count. You need to spend your tokens. And this is where the first, I guess, major issue appears with this clan event. Most players are happy to engage with the missions when it is a clan event to a degree. I'll get to those in a minute. But once they've bought the few rewards that they actually care about, whether that's a couple of arcanes like Energize, like Guardian, and a few others, along with maybe the cosmetics or a few Pathos clamps, there's no real incentive to keep spending, so you're effectively done with the event. Now, the replayability of these clan events in the past has lived or died by their reward structures. Players will grind as long as there is something worth grinding for, and in the past, like I said,
why the f is this so low res, bro? Give me some love, bro.
The progress bars weren't tied to spending tokens. Orphrix Venom's progress was tied to missions completed, Scarlet Spear was missions completed and Murex's driven back, and Plague Star was based on, I guess, the bounties completed as well. But in Operation 8 Claw's case, it's tokens spent. But like I said, the shop starts to run out of steam fairly quickly. Now, what is missing with this event, I guess, is evergreen rewards. Things like Kuva, like relics, even crafting materials or resources. They could add in a Riven, they could add in potatoes, a adapter, former blueprints. You get the idea. Rewards that are actually useful and used even for veteran players, which will make them keep running the event to then spend those tokens. Without those, there's
that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to have something to bring the vets in, bro. The new players obviously are going to play it. Like, that's why I played it. I played it because I wanted them arcanes for myself, but like veterans, why the hell are they gonna be in there for some more platinum or ratio? If they're really vets like that, bro, they already got the plat. They just bought it. Did I just skip?
An event that requires repetition going up against bosses with damage attenuation. This can be frustrating for some players.
What the hell is damage attenuation? See, I skipped.
I have to break your neck.
Now, I've already spoken in a previous video a few days ago about damage attenuation and how it slows down boss fights in harder modes to a snail's pace and removes that fun element to it. In normal 8-claw runs, you will still nuke a boss pretty quickly, so it doesn't really apply here. Unless you're running Steel Path the Veery, that's where you will really feel damage attenuation, especially when you combine the random loadouts to have.
I'm assuming that damage attenuation is like you just do lesser damage in accordance to your team. Because like, bro, I did one. I got a red / crit for 1 damage.
I've already mentioned evergreen rewards like Endo Kuva, Argon Crystal.
What did I just see down there? Look at this dude's text chat. Hi Tenno, how's your isle weaving? That looks like a dev text. Come on, dev chats. Look at me hating.
They could reduce the randomization of the loadouts by allowing us to lock in maybe one item, whether it's a frame or a weapon.
Yeah, make it a little bit different.
Okay, I want to take this one thing with me and the rest of the loadout could be randomized. Yeah. But I want to take either my favorite weapon or my favorite frame. They could, or they could completely rework our damage scaling, which has gotten so out of control lately, but that's more than likely a rework or a change that is years or more in the making. It wouldn't be an easy fix, it would be a complete overhaul of the damage system in game, so you could expect that for maybe a year or two down the line if, and that's a big if, they ever decide to do it. They could change the community progress bar with the event to scale off mission participation and not tokens. It's kind of weird that this time around it's off what tokens. You spend with Dominus Thrax.
Bro, the tokens thing is dumb. Like, I didn't know it was like that. Is it raining? Oh, what? It was just perfectly sunny outside. Now it's pouring rain. I think I'm gonna get sucked up in a tornado. Oh yeah, the tokens. Like, I don't understand why you have to spend your tokens. Bro, that's dumb as hell. Nobody is gonna remember to spend all of their tokens. They're gonna be somebody out there with like 400 and bits.
What?
Just absolutely halting and just...
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm really not sure I like the design of it. I know it is the Murmur enemies and it is Wally's hands, I guess, because it's missing a finger on top of your head. But I'm trying to look at some of my warframes and I'm trying to think of their fashion.
That's controversial. Are you kidding me? No, f that. I'm getting on warframe right now. Are you serious? I can drip that.
You can't break those cuffs.
Off that video, the things that people seem to be complaining about is it makes sense, especially coming from like people who have been playing warframe. The game has been out for 12 years. I'm assuming people have been playing for at least there's somebody playing for like 12 years. If I were to take my Destiny logic of rating drops and mirror it 1-to-1 to Warframe, I can completely understand why people are feeling the way they're feeling. Like, it's not really rewarding, boring. They probably just think it's boring, you know what I mean? Because people do not like the circuit at all. I don't know why. They just don't like the circuit. Matter of fact, I do know why, because it's the same over and over again, and the map just doesn't change really. You know, there's nothing new to look at. Maybe if they did circuit somehow, I don't know if it would be like in tandem with the lore, but if they did circuit to where they just had it rotate maps, you know what I mean, like the Sanctuary Onslaught a little bit. Ooh, boy, I tell you what, you tell me I can't make that look good, you're high.